three.
1, 2, 3. The bigger picture. That is what you Hollywood stand for. I push myself every single day to make videos. Every single stand, every single word matters. It's beyond anything else. Are you ready for the entertainer? The Tommy and C 2010.
Hello, folks. It's the one and only Tommy and C2010 live from Western North Carolina. And tonight we're going back to Canada to find ourselves another crazy Canadian. And he's funny, he's interesting, he's entertaining, and also giving a shout out to the Bait and Sketch show. He just ran the intro for me. One of a kind guy. He just ran the intro. He won't be staying with us for long, but I have actually two crazy Canadians in the deck tonight. Well, I mean, Chris will be jumping out, and then I'll have one crazy Canadian, which I'm not saying all Canadians are crazy, but generally they're interesting dudes. So I want to say welcome to the Tommy Talk Show. Back from Playlist Live, folks. I'm sorry I didn't do Tommy Talks. We did a pre-recorded Tommy Talks. I got choked out by that wrestler, and it was really insane. So it was just up and down, up, down, top you up, down, top you up. Okay, that's kind of strange. And if you want to know why my headphone is like this, is because I speared Brock Lesnar tonight. And Brock Lesnar came around with a good old punch, and he punched me in the ear, and he broke my headphones. So Brock Lesnar come down to your house because Brock Lesnar came down to my house and he punched me in the ear. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the start. Let's introduce this gassy Canadian, the one and only Mr. VlogginLife. How are you doing there, Adam, tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Now, I've interviewed you before, but I wanted to introduce you to my new audience. Folks, I have interviewed Adam in the past, but I figured I would have him on another show and introduce him to all you guys. And every time I fart, I give Adam a shout out. And so this is Adam right here, and Adam is a friend of mine, and I've known him for a while. We've had our ups and downs. He's been out back and forth out of my life. But, Adam, what's new with your channel? What direction have you gone with your channel since last time I've spoken to you?
Well, I'm still pretty much doing the same thing. I can't remember when we did the interview last. I think it was, was it last spring?
I think maybe last spring.
Somewhere around there, eh? And, well, around November, I basically went full-time YouTubing until about March this year, where I got a new job. So I've just been doing the same thing pretty much, just vlogging my life every day.
Now, do you do live streamings at all? Do you game?
Yeah, well, for a little bit we were streaming. We were streaming to YouTube from, I would say, about October until I'd say about March, and then we tried Twitch out, and Twitch wasn't working that well, so we went back to YouTube. But I mainly stream. We were streaming on my VlogginLife channel, which is where I put on my vlogs. But now we started streaming back on the Skaven Games channel, which is my gaming channel.
What kind of camera do you use for your vlogs?
Actually, I use a Sony Handycam. It's this guy right here, the Sony HDR PJ 970 or 670. It's only a 1080p camera, not 4K, and it does a pretty good job. I used to make a lot of fun of Sony back in the day, and yeah.
So you live in Canada. What's it like being in Canada? Like, what's the lifestyle in Canada? I've never been to Canada.
It's cold. It's pretty cold. Like right now,
So
I
there's
don't know what
not.
the temperature is there, but it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. So
So there's not waffles everywhere and syrup.
no, it's pancakes and syrup. Sometimes French toast.
I thought it was waffles. I thought every time I hear something about Canada, people say "a" or "about" or waffles.
Well, waffles are a thing, but you know, it's pancakes a lot of the times, or good old French toast. You gotta love French toast.
What's this, by the way? I got this in the mail from a Canadian fan.
Oh, that's a toonie bud.
Hold on a second. I don't know if that's a tuning. Now, you guys, you basically carry these things around wherever you go when you go to
Oh
the
yeah,
store.
for sure. Just 1 second there. I got a stack of them right here. I got about $8 in coin right here.
Oh my goodness! So this is all tune. These are all bills right here, basically.
Well, coins. The gold one's $1. The silver gold one, that's a $2. And they're actually talking about, and I hope they don't do this, but they want to axe out our $5 bill and bring in a $5 coin, which will have
How
a
much?
picture of a wolf on the front.
Now, how much do I have right? How much do I have right here?
That's $3. Wait, what's that other one? That's $4. Two
I have
loonies and a toonie.
this is $4. This is,
That,
here in America, this would be like 50 cents right here. Okay,
you could buy 2 extra large Hortons with that.
really.
Yeah, 2 cups of coffee right there.
2 cups of coffee right here. That's insane. That's really insane. The Canadians have an interesting way of doing things. It's just you guys. You
Well, I
know.
think, like, I know your American money. I didn't know this until I went to Mexico. Uh, but your American money is water resistant, and it's basically made out of the same material as denim jeans, from what somebody explained to me. That it's tear resistant, it's water resistant. So if you have it in your pocket and you jump in a pool, it's not going to get ruined. Well, our older money was made of paper. You got that stuff wet, it came apart. It ripped easily, and it was expensive to print. So their idea back in the day was get rid of the dollar bill, get rid of the $2 bill, replace it with coins, because that was the common currency that people would carry around with them, was $1 and $2 bills. So now they went ahead and they got rid of the paper bill and they replaced it with this polymer stuff, which I have some here. This is a $20 Canadian bill, and it's actually like this weird plasticky material that's like tear resistant, water
It
resistant.
looks like Monopoly money.
Well, yeah, that's what a lot of people say because their money's all colored, right? Like the 20s are greenish, which probably doesn't show up because the lighting in this room is bad. Our 10s are like a purple, 5s are blue, 50s are red, and 100s are brown. And apparently there's a rumor going
You mean
around.
like this?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got the template right there.
Yes. So technically, I could bootleg. I can when I come to Canada, I could just go ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding.
I would not try to use that in Canada. You'd probably get nailed for counterfeit. I wouldn't recommend that. That's one thing I definitely wouldn't recommend.
If I get a chance at them and I can make, I can have some funds at some point. I may try to do a tour up to Canada. I may try to meet you in person, and
That'd be pretty awesome.
and what I might do is we might go to Tim Hortons and have a fan meetup if you'll care about that, having my fans, because I have a few Canadian fans in Canada that would die to meet me apparently, and I really much that'd be awesome. Like if we could have a Hortons, go to Hortons meetup. I could finally go to Hortons for the first time because I've heard about Hortons from everybody. Now I'm like, I had some Hortons coffee.
Do you have a Burger King in Black Mountain?
Yes, we have a McDonald's. Like there's McDonald's, Burger King's in Swan Noah.
because Burger King bought out Tim Hortons. They own the franchise now, and that's why they've been popping up a lot in the U.S.
Tim Hortons?
Yeah, they've been popping up all over. I got a couple of my subscribers further south, like the northern states in the U.S. have Tim Hortons, but the southern states don't. And then apparently they've been popping up in the south. Tim Hortons been popping up in southern states, so that's because of the Burger King Tim Hortons merger, or basically takeover.
That would crack me up because our Kentucky Fried Chicken went out of business. That would crack me up if they put in a Tim Hortons in that KFC, that old KFC building.
That'd be pretty awesome, Tim Hortons Burger King. And then you could walk in there and be like, "Hey, can I get an extra large double Hortons, eh?"
And they're like, "You must know some Canadians." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know some Canadians, eh?" About?
Yeah, I know a couple Canadians, but like the Canadians that want to meet you, whereabouts are they located? Do you know?
I know one of them told me, my friend, I can't remember where I don't know if any of those people that are from Canada are in the comments, but some of them were my patrons. One of them is my patrons, and another person that is Canadian. It's Dave Rose. He lives below you, apparently, below the lake.
Oh, okay. Okay. So like trying to figure out a central location where we could all go meet up.
I was thinking I could come to your town, and everybody can come to me and make it easy.
Well, like I live pretty far away from a lot of, like I'm in central northern Ontario. A lot of your fans probably don't live around me that are in Canada. So like if there's a lot of them living around the Toronto area and so on and so forth, it'd probably be easier just me relocate down there.
Yeah. I would definitely want to pick a place that would be conventional, and I don't know how long I'd stay in Canada for. Like I would think about, because also, I'd love to look around Canada and also chill with you guys. Also, I want to meet Chris, and I want to meet, okay, so here's the deal. I've been telling Adam Junk Drawer Videos that you're Adam number 1 and he's Adam number 2. So he gets ticked off. He gets ticked off every single time I say that. So for him to get the number 1 place, he would have to fight you in a no holds bar match to get the number.
I'm surprised Junk Drawer Videos isn't in the chat right now.
But if you two were to have a real wrestling match and have somebody film it, and he was to win it, he would get the number 1 slot.
I don't know where we do a match like that unless we get a bunch of old dirty mattresses and cover it with a tarp and some hockey stick ring posts, and that's about the only way we can do it.
Now, is it true that you call your dog Stupid?
Yeah, and he comes to he that's his name, Stupid Oreo.
Now, how long have you been vlogging for, Adam?
Oh, geez. I started January 2011. Yeah, January 2011.
Now, how long do you keep your vlogs normally? Like 10 minutes? Like I think I watch your channel. So I leave comments on your channel once in a while.
Yeah.
But you do like 10-minute vlogs, don't you?
Sometimes they're short. Sometimes they're ridiculously too long. I'll admit it. Sometimes, like last Saturday, the vlog that went up was almost an hour. Today's vlog that's going up might be about 14 minutes. It's a hit and miss. Depends on what I do in the day.
Now, what else do you have planned for your channel? Do you have anything planned for your channel, or you just typically stay the vlogging route? And you just a while back ago, I saw that you were gaming, and then you kind of like stopped doing that. And I saw a big rise in your channel with the gaming on your VlogginLife channel.
A lot of the subscribers on the VlogginLife channel didn't really like the gaming on there. They didn't care for like a lot of people did care for the content. They love the gaming. But then we decided to move it over to Twitch TV because YouTube's kind of fussy with its copyright. So what happened was one night we were playing and one of our friends that plays with us came on and he had a soundboard on his phone of South Park and he started playing some Mr. Garrison quotes. Well, YouTube copyrighted that stream for a couple of quick quotes from Mr. Garrison from South Park. So this is the reason why we decided to jump over to Twitch, because on Twitch you can play copyright music as long as you're not saving the video as they call them video on demands over there. When the stream is done, they save the video. As long as you're not saving the video on demand, you can have copyright music playing in the background. So that allowed me to turn the in-game tracks on and play those, which was actually pretty awesome. But Twitch has its flaws too, where if you don't have good internet to watch a Twitch stream, unless that Twitch streamer has transcoding, which basically allows you to pick like low, medium, high quality. And to get that, you have to hit a certain amount of viewers, and then Twitch enables that feature on your account for that once. It's ridiculous. It's like a video game over at Twitch. You got to get so many viewers to unlock certain features. Where with YouTube, it's like transcoding's already built in. Anybody can watch through their phone, through their tablet, through their computer, their television, however they consume the media. But Twitch is good for if you want to play copyright music and have a good time. But YouTube's great if you have people with poor internet who are trying to watch your stuff through McDonald's Wi-Fi, per se.
Now, I meant to ask you a question. I sent you a needle felt figure about a while back ago. Do you still have that figure?
Yeah, he's up there on the shelf.
Now, did you like the quality of it? Because I know you don't look like that anymore. But
I shaved the beard.
Yeah, folks back in the day, I used to say that Adam looked like Kevin Owens.
Yeah, fight Owens, fight. That's why we were joking around about taking duct tape on one of my black T-shirts, and instead of having KO, have OK.
Okay. I thought that's what his slogan was KO.
Kevin Owens is KO. I was going to make a shirt that said OK.
No, what you should do is it should be what is it? VF. No, VL. VL as it says on your needle felt.
Get some duct tape and just VL up a shirt.
Yeah, VL up a shirt and just be like, to put his music, wow, 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 and it's just you eating a piece of chicken. And then like in your intro, and it's just like, wow, wow, wow. How's that sound?
I'm pretty sure I would get in trouble for using that music and adding sounds into it.
You redub it.
Okay.
You redub it and you make it to be your own, and it'd be, you can make it whatever you want. I was just being funny because I know your characteristics. One thing I'll tell you about. I watch Adam's channel off and on. When he farts, he does. It's called the Adam fart face. I call it.
Oh yeah, you got to bite down. You got to like really give her, but you got to be careful too because you don't want a disaster, right?
Okay, folks, in the chat, I want you to put here's the thing for you guys. If you want me to do a video called "I Won't Fart" video, where basically I eat a whole can of bush beans and I try to see if I can't fart for a whole hour, put yes in the chat if you want a video like that on the Tommy and C2010 channel. Basically, I eat a whole can of bush beans straight up cooked and everything, and I try not to fart during the whole entire video. Would you want that? Put the word yes. Put the word no if you don't want me to do it, because I was thinking about an idea, something like that, kind of funny, to put on the Tommy and C2010 channel. Let me know. Put yes or no if you want it. What do you see, Adam? Because Adam looks at
Well,
what do you see?
we got a yes from Andre Gibson. Yes from Hamza. Yes from Snow XX17. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. I'm seeing one Sega of my house says please don't. So we got one no and a whole bunch of yeses. Juggalo Vlogs wants you to eat 3 cans of beans, so that's going to be a hard challenge if you pull that off. Captain Cook says please no. I'm seeing more yeses than no. There's like 3 no's and a bunch of yeses. So yeah, people want to see you do the challenge. So basically, I guess what, you're gonna eat the beans and then you got to keep the camera going for 30 minutes and try not to crap your pants.
Yes, basically, just eat a bunch of beans. Like just fill the thing up. Eat as much as I can. Like drink soda, eat it.
Oh, you're gonna
just
stack soda on it too? That's just like, that's gonna be like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that challenge. You're not gonna make it, bud. You're not gonna make, like, you're adding carbon, like carbonated beverage to an already gaseous creating device. Like, you're just gonna explode. Oh, you were trying there, weren't you?
No,
I saw you do the one cheek lean. I saw that.
I don't know what it is. It's like I don't even have a facial expression when I fart. Sorry, folks. That's just how I am. I'm just real, and I'm sorry if you think that's gross. I just, if I fart, I fart. You know, it's funny because Adam, I'm not as extreme as Adam. Adam cranks up his farts in his vlogs. If you go check his, I'm sorry for not putting the link in the description. YouTube.com/VlogginLife. Vlogging life, as Hamza says. Vlogging life. Okay, folks, vlogging life. Okay? So, youtube.com/vlogging life.
Apparently, broccoli produces more gas. Oh. That explains a lot now.
Yes, I noticed, like, right after I have broccoli, I will fart a lot. Like, I will. I'll just be ripping it. I'll be like a band horn.
Yeah, because the last time I had broccoli and cauliflower mix, I was the brass section of an orchestra. It was a good time, but it was a bad time for anyone around me.
You know, Adam, I was watching your vlog today, and I was like, what was with you not helping your dad? Like, move that.
I like to troll the old man.
Really?
Oh, it's
like,
fun. He gets all riled up and stuff. It's the way we do it.
Now, what's your personal life between you and your dad? Like, what's he think of YouTube?
He liked it when I had it as a hobby. Like when I had my old job, he had no problems with it. He thought it was kind of neat that I was able to make a video, put it on the internet, and people would watch it and then comment on it. He thought that was cool. He's like, holy crap, people actually care about what you post. That's neat. But then when I lost my job and decided that I was going to do YouTube full time, he didn't quite respect that because, and you know, he has valid sense. Like, a job is something, you have a boss, you have an income, and the only way you're going to lose that job is if either A, they shut down, or B, you get fired for being dumb. You know, you do something stupid, they fire you on the spot, game over. Where with YouTube, you don't really have a boss.
You're your own boss.
Well, not really, because you don't set your wages. You know, you don't know how much you're going to make that day when it comes to making a paycheck. So, you know, if YouTube puts a good ad on your video, hey, now you're making bank. If YouTube puts a cheap ad on your video, hey, now you're barely scraping by or you're not making anything. You have no control over that. If you have a problem on YouTube, let's say a video gets flagged, who are you going to call? You can't talk to anybody at YouTube. Anybody in the comments, if you guys ever had a discrepancy on YouTube and you try to contact someone from YouTube, it's impossible to get a hold of anybody over there. So he kind of made sense. Like, as a hobby that makes you a bit of money, he's like, it's no different than like my cousin who makes crafts and sells them on Etsy. It's not a business. It's just something she does for a little extra cash on the side. You know, dude, and then he really didn't respect me. And then now I got, like, I wanted to get my ceiling done. That's what we're in the process of doing, is the renovations downstairs. And I wanted to get that done in January. And Dad, his response was, no, you don't have the money for that. You don't have the, Adam, you don't have a job. You don't have the money to do that. And I did have the money. I had money put aside for it. But no, because I didn't have an actual income from a place of employment, because I wasn't waking up at 9 to 5 and going to another location and making money, he wouldn't help me. I needed to go out of town. He wouldn't look after my dog. I was like, but now that I have the job, he's like, oh, if you ever need us to take Oreo, we'll take him, no problem. But that's because I'm employed now. It's like, I don't know. He doesn't see YouTube as what it can be. He just sees it as, it's fun. It's like a video game. It's just something you do in your pastime, but you got to work.
So, you know, what would be a way to convince your dad that YouTube is a job? Like, how would you, like, if you were, what if somebody like me spoke to him and showed him, like, showed him, like, YouTube is a job. I have a part-time job. Of course, he'd say, well, Tom, you have a job, eh? So,
yeah,
you know what?
That's what he because you have a job. Like, even if somebody, like, I don't know, like kid behind a camera walked up to him and said, listen, like, this is what I've done with YouTube. This is what, even if Boogie2988, who actually relies on his YouTube to basically live, the guy,
like,
like, well,
2 million subs?
Yeah,
like 3 million?
You know, these guys here are making enough money where they can live super comfortably and not have to get up in the morning and go to a job and slave for another person to make another person rich. But it's just, he'll never see it. But he comes from, like, what McJuggernuggets keeps saying about his dad. You know, he comes from an old time, an old world where you get up in the morning, you go to work, get a paycheck every 2 weeks, so on and so forth. That's how my dad is, and that's how a lot of last generation was. You know, they don't understand how social media can be used to earn a profit. They don't understand it. So it's, it's something you can't, that old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, that applies. Because it's true. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Okay.
Just do what you can to please them and carry on with your life, I guess.
I hope things can get well between you and your dad. I hope that someday you can talk with him, and I hope that he can see YouTube as a job for yourself. And I hope things go well for your YouTube channel. By the way, 1,200 subscribers. Congratulations, by the way. 12,000 or 1,200?
Yeah, 12,000.
12,000 subscribers, and I saw what Full Screen did to you. Basically, they just use a technique to advertise the channel. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, the I'm for sale on Amazon. I was like, what is going on?
So basically, they just use a technique to get you more subscribers.
Basically, yeah, I think so. Like, I can't use Amazon.com because I'm not in the US, but yeah, I think that's what it is. You can go to Amazon.com, come across the channel, and you can subscribe through their service.
What?
I'm just reading the comments right now.
Oh, what are the comments saying?
I think they hate me. Hey, if you guys in the comments hate me, press 1. Hey, look at me going, baiting the trolls, eh? If only they realized I don't care what people think anymore. That's one good thing Dad taught me. Was who cares what people who don't know you think about you? Who cares?
Yeah. What was your opinion of when my video came out about when this whole thing went down with my channel?
Are you talking about when
Leafy attacked me when that first came out?
Yeah, that was I didn't know what the hell was going on. You're talking about suicide, or not suicide, but people threatening to kill you and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what the frig is going on? And then it was one of the guys in the Catcher Mafia who contacted me. He's like, I was Chutch. And he's like, dude, have you seen this video? And that's when he sent me the Leafy video. And I was like, okay. And I thought it was an old video because they were talking about the eggs when you helped the lady out with her groceries there because she had left them on her car. And I thought it was an old video from this guy. I went and checked it out and went, holy crap, this is actually dated today. And then I put two and two together and realized, like, this guy is, like, he gets hammered by trolls all the time. So he made that. I watched the video all the way through, and I was like, well, this could either go one of two ways. One, these guys go to Tommy's channel and harass him big time, which they did. Or two, a bunch of people show up on your channel and subscribe and show support because a lot of the people who watch Leafy don't like Leafy. And I noticed that with his, and that's exactly what happened. Like, I don't know how many subscribers that guy has. He's probably way up there. But if anything, he gave you the best shout out ever because it pushed your channel through the roof.
Yeah, well, through the wrong way, it pushed my channel. I think it was the fact that I came out and showed my emotions, how I felt. I don't think it was the fact that he gave me a shout out. I think it was the fact that I actually stood up and I made a video of me with true emotion and saying that I was tired of this, so I was just going to quit. And then people saw that and they were like, wow, that's horrible. And by the way, folks, a lot of people get this wrong. I'm advanced autistic, by the way. I'm not full, and by the way, I'm not the autistic man. I'm Tommy in C2010. And I've been watching a lot of videos where people just call me the autistic man just to pass by. So they show my face, but they just call me the autistic man. I'm not defined by autism. And so I just want to say I'm advanced autistic, not full autistic. I'm advanced autistic. If you met a full autistic person, you would know what I'm talking about. But I'm not condemning autistic people. I'm just saying I'm advanced autistic, folks. Okay? Just letting you know that. I'm not the autistic man. I'm Tommy in C2010. Autism does not define me. Positivity defines me. How's that sound?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when Leafy dropped his apology video, I went back because the video where he talked about you, it's still out there. It's not on his channel, but it's still out there. So I went back and rewatched it, and at no point in that video did he talk about you being autistic. He had no idea. He was basically more concerned with the fact that you shoved your camera in the face of some lady in a parking lot, and she felt really awkward about the whole situation. And then when he came back on the apology video, I saw, like, he's like, this is one of those times where
He didn't call me autistic cancer? I thought he called me autistic cancer.
Did he?
Yeah, he said autistic cancer.
Oh, I thought he called. Maybe he did then, because he said that he regrets not doing the homework that he normally does.
Well, if you look at my face, Adam, would you see that I have autism or advanced autism?
No.
No, my face does not scream, and apparently, I guess everybody on YouTube, including Boogie, said, oh yeah, there's a rumor going around that he's autistic. And I'm like, I have advanced autism, Boogie. And I'm like, everybody wants, it's like, I know people gave me shout-out videos, and I appreciate that, but the one side of it, like, I see that, but then people saying I'm autistic and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you need to look fully into what autism really is. People don't look into what autism is. People don't go out and talk to children that have autism. They're scared of children with autism. I think sometimes people are worried to reach out and talk to people. If people reached out more to children with autism and people that have disabilities, they would understand what this ailment is. You can't get this. It's not a disease, folks. You're born with it, okay? You're born with it, and it's a part of you. You don't get a disease and it's like an autistic person sneezes on you, like, oh, I have autism. No, that's a bunch of bull crap. I'm sorry, part of my language, but that's a bunch of crap. And honestly, that you don't get autism by getting sick. You get autism by being born with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, it's just, they call it a birth defect, but look at some of the most brilliant minds out there. Like Albert Einstein, he had Asperger's, which is a form of autism.
Yes.
You know,
Now, the thing about with sometimes with a little bit with my autism is I can't look you in the eyes. Anybody could tell you if they met me in person. I don't look people in the eyes. My eyes are very shifty. When I'm talking to somebody, my eyes will be up here, and so that's one thing about my autism is with autistic people is their eyes do not function on. And also, I've been known to do this, move on to different subjects, and not, that's kind of what my disability is. Like, of course, my disability is I can't read or write, folks. I can read a little bit. I can read Tommy talked. I mean, that's supposed to say Tommy talks, but the lady wrote it wrong, and it just, with the whole vlogger banner.
well, it kind of works out though. The Tommy Talk Show. Even though the show is called Tommy Talks,
yeah,
it's sort of set up kind of right, but not really, because it doesn't have the name of the show in it, but it does. But anyway, I'll let you go. Carry on.
This show's about you too. It's about your channel, and folks, if you have any questions for Adam, please put them in the chat, and Adam can answer them for you. So, do you have any questions for him, folks?
So far, oh geez, my stomach just gurgled. There might be a shout out to VlogginLife on this podcast.
Well, first of all, this is not a podcast,
or live show, I should say. Yeah, live show.
Okay, here's the thing. Everybody gets that confused. A podcast, folks, is where you can't see it. This right here is like a TV show. It's like a YouTube, Google Plus Hangout TV show. Get it? Tommy Talks. Tommy Talks. Tommy Talk. But it's Tommy Talks. I thought about putting putting an S, but right where the K is, there's somebody's autograph. Who is that person? I can't really. Who is that person that signed that next to the K?
I can't read it right now. The resolution's all blurry. It just looks like there's a signature there, but it's really blurry on camera.
Oh, really? So, anybody have any questions for you, Adam?
Just checking. So far, no. No questions.
Well, I guess I'm going to turn this around to Adam. Adam, you can ask me any questions, and I will answer them to my full best.
So did you have a blast at Playlist?
Oh my gosh, it was an amazing time. Like, it was like a party on steroids. It was amazing. Like, I didn't get home until like 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes, or like 2 o'clock at night, or 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. We'd be talking with people, collaborating with people, and it was just one gigantic party on steroids.
Sounds like a blast. I've been wanting to do that one. Playlist Live, or at least VidCon. I know Junk Drawer is going to VidCon this year. He went last year. Yeah, he usually, actually, I think he's gone the past 3 years. Well, if he goes this year, then it's been 3 years. So, yeah, I'd like to try that out, but like I said, I just got this job, so I got no vacation time. And yeah, so I'm basically won't be able to go once again this year, maybe next year.
Well, Adam, if I ever get a chance to get to Canada, you need to find yourself some vacation time because I want to meet you.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Like, whenever you decide you're going to make your trip up, we'll have to figure something out, and I'll definitely take some time off and meet up with wherever you're going to be staying, if it's in Toronto or Barry or wherever it is going to be. Like I know the Bait and Sketch show there, Chris and Judd, they're both in the Toronto area.
Well, definitely one thing I
Second,
want to do. One thing I want to do is I want to come up to your place and I want to meet Stupid. I want to meet. I would like to.
yeah, Oreo. You can watch him bounce all over the place.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet Oreo. I know your cat would probably shy for me, but I think she's so cute. I
Yeah,
love.
she's terrified of new people. That cat's got
Well,
social disorders.
I'm a cat person. She probably would look at me and smell me and say, "Cat person."
Well, I
Because
laughed because Dad yesterday, he said when he came into the house, Scampers was sitting on top of the washing machine. He went over and he was petting her, and she was purring, and then she'd start meowing, purr, meow, purr, meow. And she was like, she was thinking about going, but she didn't want to leave because she liked the attention, but she didn't like the fact that she didn't know who he was. And like, she's generally afraid of Dad because he's new. He's not usually in the house a lot, but she also likes getting pets. So it was funny. He's like, I don't understand why she was doing that. And I'm like, because she's scared of you, Dad, but she also likes attention.
wow. But one thing I want to say is that one of the best times I think I met all sorts of people while I was at Playlist, but one of the best times I had was meeting also Ed Bassmaster and Harley from Epic Mealtime.
Yeah, Ed Bassmaster, that guy's a riot.
Oh my gosh, I pulled some pranks on him. You can see on Ham's channel where I pull a prank on him.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Ham's YouTube.com/Ham's of Vlogs, but I think it's something else. If Ham's is watching still, he could post his.
Yeah, he's watching. He commented. So if people want to check that out, you can go check out Hamza's in the comment. Just click on his name and it'll bring you to his channel and you can give her.
Yep, you can give her about their A.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just you trying to be Canadian. It's funny.
Frig. Friggins. I learned that from Trailer Park Boys. Like I've been watching Trailer Park Boys so much that I have. That every time I get mad, just like frig.
I wonder how that's going to work out now because they've lost two of their main characters. Well, not main characters, but you know,
J-Rock, Lucy.
Yeah, J-Rock and Lucy are gone. Trevor, he's been gone since season 7, so they basically replaced him with Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob is kind of like taking the main picture here now. If they lose,
Shout out to VlogginLife.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
I told you it was going to happen. I felt that one brewing for a bit. I was trying to hold it off.
How far does Harley live from you? Because I know Harley lives in Canada too. Harley.
I believe Epic Mealtime originated out of Quebec.
Now he lives somewhere else. He lives in I can't remember where. Folks, where does Harley live in Canada? And if any of you guys Epic Mealtime fans, where does Harley live in Canada?
If not, maybe Vancouver area. So I know a lot of the popular YouTubers live over in British Columbia. Like you got the I can't even say their name of their channel, the IFHT channel. Peter Chow. Trying to think of other ones. Niga Higa. They're all over in British Columbia. You got a lot of famous YouTubers over there. It's just like, in the U.S., it's like a lot of the famous YouTubers live in California. Went and moved to L.A. to do their stuff. So it's like in Canada, they all live in British Columbia.
Mm. And apparently Harley has a house and also in L.A. too, I heard.
Oh, yeah, because when Trailer Park Boys went and did Epic Mealtime, they went to L.A. to their house in L.A.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah, that's when Randy was like, I hope this guy can make a real big burger. And then Julian's like, have you seen their show? Trust me, they're going to make you a really big burger. It's like some of the stuff they make on that show. It's like an egg roll that has 65,000 calories in it, and it's like the size of a turkey for Christmas. It's like, dude, why? Because that's not an egg roll. That's like an egg friggin' suitcase. Like, what's really going on here?
I tried asking Harley when I was sitting at the table with him, do you guys eat the food or does it end up getting wasted? And they were trying to answer me, but Harley was just like,
Yeah, you can't. Like, they have a couple bites for prosperity on camera, but they probably chuck it. They probably have to get rid of it. Like, honestly, that's a lot of food. Like, I'm thinking, like, if they actually sat there and ate that whole, like, 65,000 calorie egg roll or whatever it was they cooked, they must just go right to the gym after that and just ride the bike for about 5 hours, and just try and burn off as much of that juice they just picked up.
oh God. That'd be funny if Harley was actually watching tonight, but I think he's in New York right now for the convention, a YouTube convention, because he was with. Dude, Harley was in the same room as PewDiePie, Markiplier, and a few other big YouTubers, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be a part of that.
Yeah, Markiplier is a guy I'd like to meet. That guy seems like he doesn't drink. He says he doesn't drink due to health reasons. He can't. So whatever those health reasons are, cool on him. But he doesn't seem like that's the kind of guy who needs liquor to be crazy, because he just, like, I don't know if you watched any of Markiplier's videos when he's using the virtual reality set. He sat there and he had the controller and he went to do something and he went to throw something and he threw the controller right through his lamp. And he's like, oh! And he takes off his headset to find the controller. He doesn't even care that he just destroyed his lamp. He just cares about the controller and hopes he didn't break it. Like, the guy's just a riot.
Oh yes, but I think is interesting about YouTubers is you think they're going to be humongously tall, but when you meet them, they're actually really short.
It's all about how you hold that camera. Like, honestly, like, a lot of people met me and they're like, holy crap, I thought you were smaller than this. And I'm like, why? Because I always hold the camera up higher in front of me, and a lot of people will hold the camera a little bit lower to get that shot, and it makes them look taller. So
you're short.
Well, that's what people like to think, but I'm not. I'm 6'1".
Well, I'll make that decision, Adam, if I ever come to Canada.
Like, dad is short. And it's funny because he recently watched Lord of the Rings with my mom, and then he texted me and called me a little arsehole because he found out when I'm calling him Frodo, he now knows what Frodo is, and he glued in. He's like, that little arsehole. So he texted me. He's like, you little arsehole. And I'm like, what do I do now? He goes, your mom has me watching Lord of the Rings right now. And I just reply back, lol. And he's like, I know what a Frodo is, arsehole. So, yeah, that worked out to my benefit there. And sure enough, yesterday, he's over and he's doing some work. And this is before I turn the camera on. And I'm like, so how's it going, Bilbo Baggins? And he's like, is that another Frodo? And I'm like, yeah, if mom has you watch the other 3 Lord of the Rings, you'll understand that one too. He's like, and he gets all mad at me. I'm like, listen, shave your feet and stop. Like, oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Trolling the old man. Oh, don't die on me, bud.
Oh God. An epic ending to a Tommy Talks. Tommy has a heart attack live on Tommy Talks.
Yeah. Well, no, that wouldn't be an epic ending. That'd be a bad ending. Don't do that.
Yes, everybody freaks out. It'd be the most viewed Tommy Talks ever. Tommy NC 2010 has a heart attack, has to start dieting now.
They do like a month. They do like Shay Carl did.
What'd he do?
He did that Shay Carl weight loss.
And apparently, by the way, I ran into Shay Carl, by the way, at Playlist.
Oh, was he all like, hi again?
No, I was more like, oh yeah, there's the old man of YouTube. And he's like, what?
Nice.
I call him the old man of YouTube. the grandfather of YouTube, and he's like, excuse me? I don't look that old to
I
be a
think he's about.
grandfather.
I think he's got to be about the same age as me. Him.
You know, I don't try to come off as being rude, but you know, I'm just trying to give him a good title, like a good title, because I think that, you know, he doesn't know who I am, so I'm like, you know, he doesn't. I'm like, you remember me from Playlist? And he's like, and I'm like, and then I called him, I think on camera. I don't know if Tom's is gonna put that in the vlog. I think on camera, I call him the grandfather of YouTube, and he's like, excuse me?
Well, you met him at Vlogger Fair that one time, and that's when he was being rude to you.
Yeah, it was just like, hi.
Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't recognize you from then.
No. If I go to Playlist Live again next year, hopefully he might know me more. And if I could be a featured YouTuber on Playlist, maybe we might be able to talk, and I could be like, hey, sorry for calling you the grandfather of YouTube. I just see you as a well-respected YouTuber.
That, and he's been in YouTube since forever. Like, that guy's been making content since before I even thought about picking up a camera. Like,
I seriously doubt that Shay Carl knows who I am. Like, I like in the whole train of mindset, he probably doesn't even blink an eye said at me, because, like, you know, I'll be honest with you. I tried to go to Universal with the big popular YouTubers because a buddy of mine gave me a golden ticket to go to Universal. And so I was on my way, and they checked if I was registered, and I wasn't registered, and they sent me packing. And I'll be honest with you, I busted into tears. Hamza came at the end of it as I was coming back. I was just bawling my eyes out. It was like that experience with Leafy. It was just like how I felt when I felt rejected. I felt ripped apart, and I shouldn't have felt that way, but it was just like I was legitimately hurt. I felt like Playlist had done me wrong, and Hans was just explaining to me, Tommy, you weren't registered, so don't be upset. And I'm like, Hans, you know, you don't, when somebody basically tells you, oh, you're not good enough to be with these other popular YouTubers, so scooch, you know, go. And I'm like, oh, I was just given a golden ticket. And he's like, oh, you were just given a golden ticket, and my friend's on the phone. He's like, tell him you know me. You know, tell him this, tell him that. And I'm just like, dude, I can't do this, dude. This is ridiculous. And I'm just bawling my eyes out. And it was the first time I ever felt really rejected. You know, after the whole Leafy situation. But, you know, I sucked it up, and I just, you know, made my own party, and I had my own live broadcast, and just did a cooking show that night. And so I just sucked it up and went back to my hotel and knew that I wasn't good enough for Playlist Live. Playlist Live's little VIP party, and I don't think they really. Hopefully, they might look at me different next year. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, just keep on giving her.
It's called, yeah. You know, for instance, this person particularly was at Playlist Live. He has the most records for vlogging.
Oh, you're talking about CTFXC.
Charles Trippy.
Yeah, Charles Trippy. Yeah, he's currently in the Guinness World Records for the longest going vlog.
I met Charles Trippy, and I said something to him that I shouldn't have said. Now, I said this in my vlog, too. Charles Trippy's at Vlogger Fair, and I guess he had just done talking to a girl that was in a wheelchair. And he was walking back to the VIP area, and I see him, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know his name. I just said, oh, you must be a popular YouTuber. And he looks at me, and he's like, yes, I work. And I'm like, oh, okay, and nice to meet you. And he didn't say much to me, but, you know, I felt bad for saying that to him. But Liz is a big fan of him, big fangirl. She loves Charles Trippy. Last time I heard, I was watching a vlog of Chris's, and she was like, I love Charles Trippy, and the fact that she got to work with him was even better because she's like big fan of him and everything. And Liz, she's really awesome. She's a real good engineer for Vlogger Fair, which you think there's going to be a Vlogger Fair? happening again at some point? Because if it is, folks, you should go to Vlogger Fair. It's a smaller event. It's not like Playlist Live. It's more community based, and if there is a Vlogger Fair, you should go to it. You know.
I'd like to go to that as well, but like I say, I can't do it this year. This year, pretty much, I gotta basically do the working thing, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's the way she goes, right?
Don't your work gives you time off? Can't you ask for time off and stuff like that?
Well, I can, but it's unpaid time off. So you basically leave our vacation with no pay.
Basically, any job that you have, Adam, I'm not trying to be mean to you. This is me just talking as a person. Any job that I have a job myself, and when I go take my job, when I went to Vlogger Fair, I put in time, but the thing is, I was not getting paid because I work at a job like that. So, wouldn't you typically not get paid if you go have a weekend off?
Well, no. The way it works is, well, at least here in Canada, depending on how long you work for a company, you bank vacation hours. So 4% of the hours worked becomes vacation hours, which in your first year gives you 2 weeks off, 10 days. And then after 5 years, they change that number to 6 or 7. Anyway, it becomes 3 weeks off in 5 years, and then 4 weeks in 10. And then 15 years in, you get like 5 weeks off. And that's where it caps. That you can take off for vacation with pay. When I had my old job, I had 4 weeks vacation with pay that I was using at the time. I had to basically use that before I got laid off. That's why I was released in November, but my actual termination date was in December. But it was paid vacation. Like, you take the time off, you go, you do whatever you want to do, like go on a trip, do whatever you're going to do. Your work, like, I don't know how it works in the US for vacation pay, but theoretically, if it works like it does here in Canada, then 4% of your earnings goes towards a vacation pay. So if you take time to go somewhere, then you can ask for that money to kind of cover your losses while you're not working.
I have a part-time job, so I don't get really when I take off, I kind of take a risk by not having money the next week. So when I went to Playlist, basically I got back and I was broke. I've been broke for a couple weeks because when I went to Playlist, that means I wasn't getting paid. So I've having to wait for money to come for this coming week. For the past week I've worked. So we'll just see how much I get from that. You know.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the comments?
I think they're just fighting amongst each other. They're talking about doll hairs. Well, Tractorhead's talking about doll hairs. Bait and Sketch just posted a link to a video. Not sure what that's all about, but okay. Oh, okay. Bait and Sketch are doing a live show after this ends. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay. It's interesting. They don't do a show on Sunday.
Yeah, I guess they are because they just posted a link.
And also, folks, after I end the hangout, hopefully Hamza's still watching. Hamza, he could come in here. I just gave you the Google Plus link. Please give that to the patrons. After the show goes off, the patrons, you're welcome to come here for the after show. You can meet Adam and talk with him, and we're gonna have an after show. So if you're a patron and you are watching the broadcast, after the show ends, I will be having an after show for my patrons. Adam, you're welcome to stay. Patrons can talk with you and just have a good time. And so, folks, this is Adam VlogginLife, and you can give yourself a plug if you want to, Adam.
If you want to check out my channel, it's basically I videotape my life every day. YouTube channel is VlogginLife. I don't know if that's coming through on camera. Probably not.
Yeah, it comes in.
Okay. VlogginLife, and keep on vlogging.
As always, I'm Tommy in C2010. Thank you for joining us live here from Western North Carolina. I'm out, and I'm keeping you on the inside fact. Wait a minute, hold on. I can't get this right. Just frig it. Subscribe. Oh, yes, subscribe. Yes. Oh, squeeze. You know what? Squeeze it. Give that big subscribe button, a big squeeze, and just feel it up. You know, just give yourself a big.
Is anybody else finding this kind of awkward right now? It's just me.
Don't. Okay, here's the thing. Let me tell you how to subscribe. If you don't know how to subscribe, here's the subscribe button. It's like this. But don't hold down. Okay, if you hold down, you're unsubscribing. Okay, it's one click. It's one click. That's how you sub. Okay, and you know this is bam bam bam. That's like 1,000 people subbing. You know what happens in the subscribe button, man? The subscribe button is just like it falls off. People just like you know. Basically, at the end of the night, the subscribe button gets very defiled at the end of the night because a lot of people have been touching it. A lot of people have been feeling it. And it's just like, I need a shower.
This is getting weird again.
That's what people love me. I'm just so original. You know? I'm just so original. You know? Come here, play button. No, no, no. Oh, what the? Click you subscribe button. As always, keeping people on the inside back. Subscribe. Support. Stay positive.